What if your dog wasn't really a dog? What if somewhere beneath all that fur and those tiny paws, there was a fully formed personality, complete with opinions, moods, and an unshakable belief that they are, in fact, a person? Brussels Griffon owners don't just suspect this. They know it. This little dog stares you down, reads your emotions, sulks when ignored, and practically holds conversations. So today, we're counting down the 10 most human things Brussels Griffons do, and number 1 will blow your mind. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. The judging stare. Let's start with something every Griffon owner knows all too well: the stare. Not just any stare, a deep, penetrating, I can see into your soul kind of stare. You come home late. You eat the last slice of pizza without offering a bite. You dare to give another dog attention. And there it is, those enormous, soulful eyes locked onto you with an expression that can only be described as profound disappointment. Other dogs bark, other dogs whine. The Brussels Griffon simply looks at you, and somehow, that's worse. It's the kind of look your grandmother gives you when you've made a poor life choice. Expressive, loaded, and impossible to ignore. And that's just the beginning. Wait until you see how they process emotions. Number 9. Emotional sponge mode. Brussels Griffons don't just live near you, they absorb your emotional state like a tiny, furry therapist. Had a rough day? Your Griffon knew before you walked through the door. Feeling anxious? They've already curled up on your lap without being asked. This isn't coincidence. It's emotional intelligence that rivals some humans. Studies have shown that dogs can read human facial expressions, but Griffons seem to take it several steps further. They mirror your energy, respond to subtle vocal changes, and adjust their behavior accordingly. They'll be your clown when you need a laugh, and your shadow when you need comfort. It's almost unsettling how tuned in they are. Speaking of shadows, number 8 is going to resonate with you deeply. Number 8. The Velcro personality. If you were hoping for an independent dog that does its own thing, the Brussels Griffon is not your breed. These dogs are famously, legendarily, almost comically clingy. They follow you from room to room. They sit outside the bathroom door. They wedge themselves between you and whatever book, laptop, or snack currently has your attention. Griffon owners often joke that they haven't used the bathroom alone in years. And it's not separation anxiety exactly. It's more like a deep, unwavering conviction that wherever you are is where they belong. They're not needy, they're devoted. There's a difference. One is exhausting, the other is oddly flattering. And that devotion comes with its own set of very specific demands. Which brings us to number 7. Number 7. Selective social butterfly. Here's where it gets fascinating. Despite their deep attachment to their people, Brussels Griffons can be remarkably particular about which people. They don't offer their affection freely. You have to earn it. Strangers at a party might get a skeptical sniff and a dismissive trot in the opposite direction, while your best friend who visits weekly gets greeted like a long-lost family member. They have a social hierarchy, and they know exactly where everyone falls on it. They'll charm the people they like and completely ignore the ones they don't, with zero apology. It's very human, honestly. We all have that one friend who only texts back certain people. The Griffon just does it with their entire personality. Number 6, even more relatable. Number 6, opinionated about everything. The Brussels Griffon has opinions. Strong ones. About their food. About their walking route. About which spot on the couch belongs to them. Hint, it's your spot. They communicate these opinions through an elaborate language of huffs, grumbles, pointed looks, and dramatic sighs that would make a theater director weep with joy. Try switching their food brand without a proper transition period. Try moving their bed to a different corner of the room. Try leaving for the weekend. You'll hear about it. Not through barking, necessarily, but through a very specific cold shoulder treatment that only the Griffon can pull off with dignity. They're not difficult, they're discerning. And honestly, respect. Number 5 takes that personality to a whole new level. Number 5, the routine protector. Brussels. Griffons are creatures of habit in the most human way possible. They know what time you wake up. They know when dinner should be served. They know that Saturdays mean slow mornings and Mondays mean you leave earlier. And if anything disrupts that routine, they notice. Loudly. Miss the 6 p.m. walk by 20 minutes? They'll find you. Forget their morning treat? You will not be forgiven until it is produced. It's not about being spoiled. It's about having expectations, which is a very grown-up, very human trait. They've built a mental schedule for their lives and yours, and they expect everyone to honor it. Which, honestly, is more organizational than some people we know. Stick around for number 4. It's their quirkiest trait yet. Number 4. Weird little habits. Every Brussels Griffon owner has a list. The list of strange, inexplicable, deeply personal habits their dog has developed entirely on their own. Some Griffons hoard socks. Some arrange their toys in specific patterns before bed. Some only drink water if the bowl is positioned just right. Some refuse to walk on certain surfaces. Tile is fine, but hardwood on a Tuesday? Absolutely not. These habits aren't trained. They emerge organically like personality quirks in a person. And they're consistent. Ritual, even. Your Griffon will perform the same pre-sleep spin exactly 3 times every single night for their entire life. Scientists call this instinct. Griffon owners call it their thing. And number 3 shows just how deep that individuality goes. Number 3, master communicator. Don't let anyone tell you dogs can't talk. Brussels. Griffons have a full vocabulary. It just doesn't use words. They grunt, grumble, sneeze, chortle, and produce a range of sounds that land somewhere between a toddler and a tiny old man. And the remarkable thing is that the meaning is always clear. There's the "I'm hungry" grumble, the "I want to play" sneeze, the "I'm annoyed with you" sigh, the "please don't leave" whimper. Owners learn this language quickly because the Griffon delivers it with such conviction that misunderstanding feels rude. Conversations happen. Real ones. You respond, they respond back, and 20 minutes later, you've had a full discussion with a 5-pound dog. Number 2 makes that connection even more powerful. Number 2, facial expressions that explain everything. The Brussels Griffon's face is, scientifically speaking, extraordinary. Their flat muzzle, prominent brow, and wide-set eyes give them an almost primate-like expressiveness that is genuinely startling when you first encounter it. Joy looks like joy. Sadness looks like sadness. Suspicion, unmistakable. There's no ambiguity in the Griffon's face. Researchers believe humans are hardwired to respond to faces that resemble our own, which may explain why Griffon owners bond so intensely with their dogs. When your Griffon looks at you with furrowed brows and a slightly open mouth, you feel like they're speaking. Because in every way that matters, they are. Their entire inner world is projected outward, honest and unfiltered. Which leads us perfectly to the number 1 most human thing about Brussels Griffons. Number 1, they choose their person. Above everything else, the stares, the habits, the emotional intelligence, the opinions, the most profoundly human thing a Brussels Griffon does is choose. Not just tolerate, not just obey. They actively, deliberately select the person they love most and build their entire life around that bond. And once you're chosen, it's total. They rearrange their sleep schedule for you. They monitor your moods. They celebrate your returns like small, furry, welcoming committees. They grieve when you're gone too long. No other relationship in their world matters quite as much as the one they've decided to commit to. And they commit completely. That's not instinct. That's not training. That is loyalty at its most human, its most pure, and its most beautiful. So guys, the Brussels Griffon isn't just a dog that looks human. It thinks human, feels human, and loves human, with an intensity and intentionality that most of us aspire to. They are tiny, complicated, hilarious, deeply emotional roommates who happen to have 4 legs. If you've ever been chosen by a griffin, you know exactly what we mean. If this video resonated with you, drop a comment, hit like, and subscribe. We've got plenty more where this came from.